So yeah, we saw 2 movies.
We did! One of them together, one of them separate. We can't spend too much time together. It's like a restraining order law thing. I don't know. All I know is that the cop said if I was with him for over 24 hours again, we were gonna have a problem. You murder one person and stuff
I
their
love
body
how you
in a
just
shopping
made yourself crazy. I thought you were going to go after me. Anyway.
But seriously, you murder one body, you put the guys in the shopping cart, and you throw them on the freeway, and suddenly you're the villain. Please. That guy gave me a dirty look, and you saw it and you know it.
This joke went on for too long. He's out of the car. Why are you out of the car? We saw Fantastic Beasts, and Where to Find Them, and it stars Eddie Redmayne, and it's directed by the guy who did the last 4 Harry Potter movies, and I want to talk about me and Harry Potter. I never read the books, but I love the movies. Shut the fuck up. I love the movies. In my opinion, the franchise was 8 for 8, and when I heard about this, I got excited. And I now think they're 8 for 9. I did not like this movie. I don't understand the good reviews.
There's a reason why we're reviewing this movie that we did not see together.
It's also a popular movie.
Not only is it just that, we have completely different opinions for once. I loved this movie. I thought it was great. Its own original story. The effects were amazing.
Original story.
I love the story.
Ass.
Oh my gosh, stop. I gave you your turn. I get my turn.
Didn't say anything. It just said it was bad.
My history with Harry Potter. I read all the books, watched the movies religiously at least 3 times a year.
Can I ask you one thing?
Go
I'm sorry
ahead.
to interrupt. Do you think this is the worst one?
No.
Oh my god, what's worse?
Azkaban.
What?
Bloody hell, Harry.
What? That's the best one!
No! It's not!
Yes,
Half-Blood
it is!
Prince is the best one.
Half-Blood Prince was the worst one!
No, it wasn't!
Nothing happens in Half-Blood!
Oh my god, no!
Okay, we got nerdy. No, Azkaban's a beautifully directed film. What's wrong with it?
Can I talk about why I hate Azkaban?
Sure!
Okay, quick note. Azkaban is a really, really good book, and all the Harry Potter movies, as you know, are at least 2 hours long.
Oh, you're gonna bitch about how they changed it from the book? Because I don't give a shit.
They did, and it was only an hour and a half! They missed so much!
Azkaban?
Yes, Azkaban.
I rewatched Azkaban a couple nights ago. It was like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is!
No, it's not.
Yeah, I literally just watched this movie like 3 days ago.
The point is that
definitely over 2 hours.
It's missing a lot, and it's too short. It's not like the book. I have issues because it's an adaptation. I do.
It's not even the shortest one. It's an excellent movie.
Azkaban is the one I like least of all. End of story.
Karan made a beautiful movie, man. I love his direction.
Anyways, back to me and Harry Potter.
That shows you how lax his opinion is. Azkaban's the best one!
We're critics. We're supposed to respect each other's opinions.
I respect your opinion, but I can also say you're wrong.
You obviously fucking don't.
Because I think you're wrong. That doesn't mean I don't respect it. I just think you're wrong.
I'm gonna finish now.
Okay.
Wow.
Azkaban's the worst.
This is gonna be a long review. Anyways, I watched all the movies, loved the movies, watched them religiously, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, for anyone that doesn't know, it's actually based on like a 100-page book, which is supposed to reflect a Hogwarts textbook that J.K. Rowling wrote because she sucked at writing a murder mystery and she needed to make more money off Harry Potter. You know what? It's sad how true that is. Anyways, so Fantastic Beasts, that's what it's based off of, and they're making this into 5 movies, which something I'm going to talk about.
This movie drags so much.
Something I'm going to talk about later. Do I think this is a perfect movie? No.
I thought you were saying you did. I was like, holy shit.
No. Oh my god, no. It is not a perfect movie. It does have some issues. It does, and I do have some issues with it I'm going to get to, but I do really like this movie, and I think it was good. So you can go first with you.
I just want to say one thing. I'm going to sum up because I think every reviewer should do this. They should talk about your experience watching the movie. So I'm going to do that.
We're adding in a new segment.
Was really enjoying the first act of this movie, even though there were little things throughout that I didn't like. There was an editing choice that was very questionable right in the beginning. That the shot when they're outside of the bank and it cuts to her and then Eddie Redmayne, then her and Eddie Redmayne really, really fast.
Oh, okay, yes.
That was weird. And I didn't like the newspaper scene. This is more shit to get into, but anyway, I want to get this story.
See, I love the newspaper scene.
Such a coward way to give exposition. Sorry, I'm gonna get into this. So I was watching the movie, and right around the scene, there's gonna be spoilers everywhere if you haven't seen this movie. Sorry, I can't not get into them because I hated this piece of poo. I sound so condescending. I really didn't like this movie.
We
I
put a
didn't want to
spoiler
hate
warning at
this
the beginning
movie.
of every video.
But so I'm watching this movie and I'm enjoying the movie, and a lot of the movie is some of the beasts get out of the suitcase and they're trying to get it back. And I was enjoying this movie for a long time, but it was really just because of random little jokes, slapstick humor. There it is.
Yeah, there's
a lot of slapstick humor, and I was enjoying that because it was kind of fun. But it started to get boring a little bit, and right before the senator dies, I pulled my phone out because I was thinking, how long has this movie been going on? And it was about 50 minutes to an hour at this point. And I thought to myself, is this movie going to go anywhere? And it does have plot points, but it really doesn't go anywhere after that. The movie is so tonally unbalanced. There's so much, it focuses so much on humor in the first two acts, and the setup is so generic that when it gets to the third act and the drama starts happening, I don't give a single shit. Single shit. I was so upset with this movie. I like the supporting characters. Dan Fogler, I don't know who plays the blonde girl who can read minds. I liked them. That was good writing, but Eddie Redmayne is bad in this. He's bad. He's bad.
Wait.
His character is awkward and quirky.
Wait. I have a question. Question about Eddie Redmayne's performance.
Sure.
Where are you placing him on a scale from The Theory of Everything
You want
to
me
Jupiter,
to say this is better
to Jupiter Ascending? Where are you placing the scale?
I kind of love his performance in Jupiter Ascending because it's so much fun to watch. And this is like one of those, but Jupiter Ascending is already a bad movie, so I can enjoy the bad performance. I couldn't enjoy the bad performance in this, man. He goes over the top. The same thing with Ezra Miller in this movie. They go over the top. Ezra Miller is like so psychopath over the top. And it was frustrating. I wasn't buying it at all. It didn't feel real to me. And here's the thing with this movie. A lot of the writing doesn't feel genuine. This movie is charmless. It's charmless. It doesn't have the flair of the Harry Potter movies. It doesn't have the dramatic impact. It doesn't even have as much fun. Like I said, the first half is fun, but it's not as good as the last films, and maybe I'm putting it too far to stick, but even on its own, I feel like I wouldn't like this movie, because it's a mess. I don't remember where I was going. I got lost in my own hatred. I don't think Eddie Redmayne's very good in this movie. I think the girl, I don't remember her name, such a stale character. I didn't like her at all.
His kind of sort of love interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I don't like her either.
Stale. Completely stale.
Yeah,
she didn't even have to be in this movie.
She didn't. I will give you that.
And in one of our reviews, you talked about Deus Ex Machina.
Yes.
That council in New York, that's all they were.
They are Deus Ex
That's
Machina.
all they were. At the end of the movie, Eddie Redmayne tries to get rid of Credence. He fails, and they just come in and do white spells, and then he goes away. That's it. That's literally it. I was so mad. Our hero doesn't do anything.
I was really hoping you weren't going to bring that up.
Our hero doesn't do anything. It's, you just put me through this entire journey, and I'm already not caring in the third act, and then it farts. It plish. And I need to talk about the beginning, okay?
The first fart sound effect there.
Okay. I'm angry because this movie disappointed me. In the intro of this movie is Griswold, who's like this new terrorist, played by Johnny Depp. Told you, spoilers are everywhere.
By the way,
hang on. I gotta get through this.
Okay. Johnny Depp looks really cool. Go.
Yeah. In the beginning of the movie, he is doing a terrorist attack. And I'm like, okay, this is a cool intro and it's dark for Harry Potter. I'm down for this. That intro lasts 20 seconds and then it goes to the newspaper thing I talked about where it gives you 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes is a lot. 2 minutes of exposition.
No, it's like 30 seconds to a minute.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. They give you a lot of exposition. And I don't understand. The newspaper thing works if you have a chunk of story that's not interesting to tell in a movie and you need to get from one place to another really fast. That's not what happened here. That 15-minute intro could have been interesting if you actually showed a terrorist attack and then he then maybe show the newspaper a little bit to emphasize that he disappeared. But that's not what they do.
Kind of like how the beginning of Goblet of Fire when it's like Voldemort in the house.
Yeah, a lot like that. That's not what they do, though. It's just a 20-second little clip and then exposition. It doesn't flow very well. And I didn't like this movie good. And also, it looks... I don't want to say this movie has bad direction, because some of it is good, but some of the choices from a technical standpoint were strange. James Newton Howard does a score for this movie, and there are moments where his score not only it kind of feels like a John Williams ripoff, but choices as to in certain scenes. I can't think of a specific example because I saw this movie a week ago now. But there are specific scenes where the music is playing for dramatic effect when it should be comical, and vice versa. And honestly, that just confused the shit out of me. This movie doesn't feel like... It feels rushed, honestly, and it feels like they're just setting it up to do more movies. And it wasn't even good setup. I think this movie's, like, not quite as bad, but I think it's a lot like the first Hobbit movie. It's pointless. We don't need it. And the ending... this is turning into a rant. But the ending ends up being Colin Farrell's character... Again, we've already spoiled so much. Spoilers.
There's spoiler warning at the beginning of this video, Devin.
I'm going to keep saying it because I know how many people hate spoilers. I'm one of them. I get it.
Okay, it's the beginning of the video, though.
But... This twist wasn't good. It turns out that Griswold, the whole time, was Colin Farrell's character. And I want to get into a couple things. A lot of people didn't see it coming in my theater. I heard gasps, which I responded to, "Oh, come on, are you kidding me?" Because in the
Did you actually?
Yeah, in the first 5 minutes of this movie, in the first shot I was talking about with the terrorist attack, there's a shot of Griswold from behind, like at a 90-degree angle, perfect on his head and his back. They give you 5 minutes later, less than 5 minutes later, the same shot of Colin Farrell with the same hairstyle, just black, at the same angle. And I don't know, my brain connected it. It was like, okay, he might be him. And it was a might at first, because I was like, okay, that might just be a little too strong foreshadowing. And then he starts talking with credence, and it becomes obvious. It's not a twist. Also, the motivations for him suddenly changing after, like, the magic squad, the DSS Machina squad, we should call him that, comes in, and he reveals himself. He really does, because I don't know what she says. She says something about the law that muggles and witches and wizards aren't supposed to be together or something. And then he goes on like a tyrant of, how we should rule them and shit, yada, yada, yada. And that's how they figure it out, that he's basically Johnny Depp's character. You couldn't keep your composure? Not a little? I thought that was so stupid. I didn't buy that he just snapped and just got back. I think this movie's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't like this. In the theater, when it ended, people clapped. And I didn't say anything there because there were kids in my theater. I didn't want to disappoint them. If kids enjoy this, it's cool. If people enjoy this, it's cool. But I don't understand. I think this is a terrible movie. Easily the biggest disappointment of 2016. And I'm done talking. Go. 14
minutes later.
Did I go for 14 minutes? Holy
shit. Dude, it's
shit.
13:52 in the video.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So, wow, you went through a lot there. I don't know if I should start with what I like and what I don't like.
Do you at least understand my position, though?
I understand your position.
Okay.
I 100%. You've actually pointed out some really good things that have gotten me thinking. Really hope... Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. The third act, exactly the same as Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman. Some nameless, faceless villain destroying a city, and some DSS Machina bullshit comes in and fixes it. Done. I'm done with that third act. It doesn't work. Okay. Stop doing it.
Alright, I'm gonna point out something actually that I don't like that I actually didn't realize until I started talking about this video, and it just made me realize, and it actually has made the film be a little bit less appealing to me.
Okay.
It's when you brought up the Hobbit film. And it made me realize that they're taking a less than 200-page book and spreading it out into multiple movies.
5 movies.
The movies are supposed to take place, I was reading an article, it's supposed to take place, this movie's in what, the 20s?
Yeah.
It's supposed to go from whatever year it is in the 20s.
I think it's like 26.
To 1945.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's supposed to be a span of 20 years, and it ends in 1945 with the big duel between Newt Scamander and Griswold. No, not Newt Scamander. Albus Dumbledore and Griswold, which we heard all about in
See, that
Deathly
sounds
Hallows
more
Part
fun.
1.
That sounds more
So,
fun.
we know they're casting Dumbledore, and we know Dumbledore's coming. And Dumbledore and Newt are also friends if you read books and listen to J.K. Rowling's political tweets, which are pointless.
Wow.
Anyways, they are.
Yeah, her transition into novels and scripts, not good. Not good here. She didn't...
But did you read The Cursed Child?
No, I didn't.
Enjoyable.
I don't
Enjoyable.
read the Harry Potter books, I'm sorry. I never got into it. I don't know if I ever will.
Anyways, so I realized that just now, and that is unappealing to me. Things I like, I'm gonna get into things I like before I get into things I hate. But one thing I was really hoping you weren't gonna figure out that it was Deus Ex Machina, because you know Deus Ex
bad.
Machina.
It's so
okay, anyone who knows me knows that my biggest piss off in movies is what, Devon?
DSS Machina.
It's Deus Ex Machina.
I hate giving it a
fucking
name.
hate.
It feels
And-
unnatural.
Sadly, the first Purge is such an example of Deus Ex Machina, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I was really hoping that Deus Ex Machina wasn't gonna come, because when I saw it, I even said, I was sitting beside my friend, and I looked at him and I said, this is Deus Ex Machina. And my friend, great guy, Mike, he looks at me and he goes, what's that? I'm like, Mike, you're useless. But, different story. Different story. I hate that it was Deus Ex Machina, I really, really do. Because that ministry, what I liked about this ministry is that when they're first introduced, you can tell that they're a lot different than the Ministry of Magic in England. That's what I like about this movie, is that it shows different parallels between England and America and how they're deal with things in completely different ways. Like, they call them non-magic, what is it, non-magic?
Non-mage or non-mage. No mage.
No mage. And
Muggle is better.
Muggle. I 100% love Muggle better. But I was also sitting beside my other friend, and I looked at her, and I said, I really like that. And she said, yeah, me too. And we're both really big Harry Potter fans. And we enjoyed this movie because...
So was I.
Yeah.
Well, I still am. Sorry.
I enjoyed this movie because I feel like it is its own story. It doesn't... Like, my biggest fear with Harry Potter, like... that's not it's a spin-off.
There are a lot of Easter
it's a
eggs
spin-off
here, though.
Yeah, the Deathly Hallows symbol. Way out there.
There's a
But-
lot of...
No, but what I like, though, is that, like, it was a Harry Potter spin-off, so I was really afraid that it was going to be like... First movie is going to be like Philosopher's Stone. Second is going to be like Chamber, like that. They were going to just pretty much parallel, like they tried to do with episodes 1 through 3, and instead just made us all want to kill ourselves. That's what I was...
Fee does it pretty well.
Sorry?
Fee does it pretty well. I assume you're talking about Star Wars.
Does it parallel make us want to kill ourselves, or paralleling?
No, Fee's actually not bad.
Yeah, I know, I like 3. 3 is the one I like. But I also hate sand. What do I know?
Why'd you do that?
Can we cut to that clip?
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Thank you. Fuck, I lost where I was. Yes. So, I liked that it was his own story. It didn't parallel that much of Harry Potter, but it had those Easter eggs in there which were nice. I agree with you 100...
It was uninteresting, man.
Devon!
Sorry. I'm done.
I agree with you 100% that the female character, who I can't remember because she's so pointless and so bland, and I don't give a fuck. I was actually hoping she was gonna die.
Same.
You know that scene where when
Yeah,
they're in the
I
park,
thought she was gonna
when they're in
die.
the park and they show up and everything, I was really hoping, or even in that battle, I was praying for her, and then they wipe the poor guy's mind at the end. I'm like, no, I liked you.
That was the only emotional moment in the movie, and I'm not exaggerating.
For people that know me, you'll know that the only time I've liked an Eddie Redmayne performance is The Theory of Everything.
What?
I'm not big on
Oh,
him.
he's a
I'm
sweetie.
not
He's
big
so
on him.
good.
I think as a person he's great. I love him in interviews. But acting, I really only liked him in The Theory of Everything. I have not seen that much of him though.
I love him in the Danish Girl.
Everybody knows. I haven't seen that, but I want to.
It's not the best movie in the world, but his performance is great. No, the movie's good too. It's just
What
got a little over it.
really makes me mad about Eddie Redmayne is one of the movies that I hate the most, and I think it's the movie it's the movie I hated the most of last year.
Really?
It's Jupiter Ascending.
Oh,
I
that
didn't see
movie.
War Room though, so
That's a piece of shit. Religious movies save all the bad movies, I swear to God.
but oh my god, I hate Jupiter Ascending, and that's the last time I've actually seen an Eddie Redmayne performance because.
His performance is fun. In that,
No,
though.
I was like, no more Eddie Redmayne. I can't do it anymore.
But he creates
Oh my
life.
God. No, he doesn't.
And then he destroys it.
I create life! And I destroy it.
The honest trailer for that is honestly amazing. Go watch that.
I love his performance as Jupiter said.
But Eddie Redmayne, this is my first time re-seeing him again, and I liked his performance.
No.
I really liked it. I was shocked when he, I don't know, he just came out. I felt like his character was fresh. I enjoyed his character. Problems I have, though. This movie is called Fantastic Beasts.
And Where to Find Them.
This is a movie about beasts. Right, Devon?
Yes.
How often do we see the beasts, Devon?
Honestly, too much in my opinion.
You're supposed to be showcasing like all these different types of beasts. Like in the book,
I understand.
It's all about these different types of beasts. The beast big thing that everyone's so excited for is a 10-minute scene walking around in a suitcase. I'm not like making up like a joke. No, it's actually a 10-minute scene of walking around inside a suitcase. You see the beasts. 3 get loose. They hunt them down. Next thing you know, Ezra Miller's this big smoke cloud thing.
That's like 50 minutes of the fucking movie. And at first it's humorous, but it takes too fucking long.
Yeah, it does.
And there's
It
no
drags.
development during the humor.
That does drag.
There's no development in the humor in the characters at all.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
No, more things like, the effects were amazing in this. I'm gonna give them that.
No, I disagree. I'm
Yeah.
actually not kidding. I don't think the CGI in this movie is good.
I love it because I love going to see a Harry Potter movie and always seeing like the difference. Like, I did this thing a few months ago. I was rewatching all the Harry Potters, and I went back and I watched one, and then I watched the very last one, and just to see the way the difference of the special effects, how they grew, how much cooler it looked. Because if you think about 1, there's not that much magic, while in 7 there's like spells flying everywhere, like, and then there's that one boss fight where they're like.
They
But
got
anyways.
stupefied.
They got stupefied. And that was, it was something that I really enjoyed, and I honestly thought the effects in this were such a level up. I did. I don't understand how you couldn't. I honestly have no way of seeing that. Like, I've understood the rest of your opinions, but I have no way of seeing that.
Dude,
More things I
all the
like.
CGI felt like CGI. I never felt, it wasn't like something out of Mad Max where when they used CGI it looked genuine. This looks like CGI.
I like-
And even in the other Harry Potter films, the only moment in any of the other Harry Potter films where I noticed CGI is actually in Azkaban when he's riding Buckbeak. You see his hand in the fur. That's clearly computer generated. But that's one little thing. Like, I'm not going to fault the movie for that. That's a tiny thing. Nothing in this movie, creature-wise, really looks real.
I have to say I disagree with you. Anyways,
Fair enough.
what I do also enjoy is, besides that bland character, I enjoy all the characters in this movie. I felt like you get a good sense, like that person who's head of the ministry. I forget what they call her. She's got a different name, but
Well, you liked her?
no, it's not that I liked her. It's that like you hated her. Like her character, like
I hated
you
her.
learned. No, I hated her character. I felt like I was on their team. That's what, like, I felt like this movie did good with characters. I honestly do.
Yeah,
And
but-
I can get hate from that. But I feel like this movie did really good with characters.
But I didn't like that character because I thought the character was underwritten. I didn't not like it because of, like, Umbridge from Order of the Phoenix, where she is one of the worst examples of conservatism ever. This is different, you know?
I wish we were reviewing Umbridge. God, I hate that bitch.
I hate her. She's such a cunt.
That's what I love about Order of the Phoenix, though. He built up Umbridge just to hate her, and that's what I feel like they did with this. Really enjoyed the characters. The Ezra Miller twist in the end, I didn't see it coming. I'll be honest, I didn't. I also watched this movie at 2 in the morning because it was Landmark Cinema's cast event. So I watched this movie between the hours of 12 and 2. So that may be why I wasn't fully thinking. I was just there to enjoy it. But I did
wanted to
enjoy
enjoy it,
I
too.
did enjoy it. I had a fun time. And that's what I honestly was looking for out of this. I was looking for a fun time. There are issues. There are. And I'm not going to disagree with you. This movie has issues. But those, honestly, I think it's a decent film. I think it's worth seeing. I think it does build up to the future movies well. Yes, it does drag, and it has its issues, and yes, it is Deus Ex Machina, which is a piss off for me. And sadly, they are doing what the Hobbit films did, which I just realized, which has actually made my final grade drop. But,
I've succeeded.
but overall, I still think it's a decent film, and I believe you should see it. And it also was just taken off my honorable mention list, sadly. But, you know, I'm not going to give this movie worse because I think this movie's a lot better than other movies that we saw, like Warcraft. And Now You See Me Too.
This actually reminded me a lot of Warcraft. I don't
And
think it's quite as
Independence
bad,
Day
but it
Resurgence.
reminded me of Warcraft.
Well, I can't wait until we do our first of the year list. So, like, when I mentioned Warcraft, I can pull up a clip from the review when we did Warcraft.
Yeah.
I cared more about why his eyes were always, like, this crimson blue. That's what I
that was
cared
the
about.
magic in his eyes.
Yes, but that's what I cared about more. I cared more about the freaking crimson blue than any character in this fucking movie. I'm not done.
Oh. He
was-
hated this more than I did,
I
guess.
was completely uninterested. I was not motivated to care.
Not even-
I was... Okay, I got 12 hours of sleep last night. I was falling asleep. I was trying to keep myself awake.
Not even Toby Kebbell intrigued you a little bit?
No!
Oh.
I came to Warcraft, and I just thought about... I fucking still hate that movie, guys! I still fail that movie so hard. I still F it. I do. I do.
Didn't you give it a D-?
I gave it an F, I think. And if I gave it a D-, it's changed to an F the more I've thought about it.
Uh-oh.
But anyways,
Okay, anyway,
we will get to that
let's get
at
to
a
the
different
grade.
time.
We're
Anyways, okay,
getting off
grades.
topic.
I'm giving it a B.
Okay. I think that's way too high, and I think you're insane. Look, I can understand people... I love you. Yeah, I can understand people enjoying this movie, but for me, it's mediocre at best. And that's being super generous. I think this movie is a piece of poo. I'm disappointed. I think this is the most disappointing movie of 2016. I don't think it will lose that title. And I definitely can't go fresh with this.
I thought the most disappointing movie for you was Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah, but deep down, I thought that was going to be bad. It was disappointing.
No, you didn't.
But deep, yes,
you
I
had,
did.
You had hopes for that
I
movie.
had hope. Exactly, hope. But I assumed it was going to be bad, but I had hope. Anyway, my grade for this movie, I don't think it's worth your time. I think there are better movies in theaters right now for sure. This is going to make money. It already has. But I would give this movie a D+. I don't think it's good. I don't. I think it's bad. For me, mediocre is C+, C, maybe C-. This is D+. This is not good. I don't.
He didn't have Kit Kat bites for the film. That's why I didn't enjoy it.
I didn't like it. I didn't.
he sadly
I
didn't.
thought it was a piece of poo.
But-
And I'm sad I didn't like it. Don't think of me as like an asshole. I
I'm
was
kind of happy
upset.
he didn't like it just because we finally reviewed a film where we have completely different opinions. But I'm excited now to see what they think.
Yeah, no. Who do you agree with?
Yes, so comment below. We're gonna have like a little war here, and hopefully by the end of the year, we can all see that Joe was right. But you know.
Oh, I will stand by this for the rest of my life.
Anyways, join us next time for The Edge of 17. Until then, he's Devon,
And he is Joe.
and we will see you later.
Bye.